forget, keep the aggression all the way.
Welcome again to the big match, and today we have three matches that vitally affect the tops of the first three divisions. From Division 1, Everton against the leaders Queen's Park Rangers. From the second division, our main match, Chelsea against Cup semi-finalists Southampton, themselves in the running for promotion. From the third division, Grimsby Town against those other Cup semi-finalists, Crystal Palace, more determined than ever to make this a promotion year as well. As usual, a good look at your letters, but first we go across to Stamford Bridge, where close on 30,000 fans turned up, many of them no doubt attracted by the Southampton double act of Mike Shannon on the left and former Chelsea star Peter Osgood. And for Peter Osgood, this was his first league visit to Stamford Bridge since he was sold to Southampton 2 years ago. Chelsea faces have changed. Relative newcomers, number 9, Steve Finiston, 10, Ken Swain, making his first home appearance to number 11, Ray Lewington, an 18-year-old Londoner. They face Mike Shannon and this Southampton side, strengthened in defence by the return of Jim Steele, who's been down with mumps. If only Southampton had shown a moderate degree of form away from home, they'd be certainties for promotion. A banner in the crowd tells Peter Osgood that there's still a good deal of warmth for him here at Stamford Bridge, and indeed Southampton have made him captain for the day against his old club. The referee today, Malcolm Sinclair from Guildford in Surrey.
So Chelsea get us away in their strip of blue with white stockings, attacking the goal to our left. Southampton in red and white stripes and black shorts, and David Peach getting up there. Gary Stanley couldn't quite keep it into play, and it'll be a throw to Southampton, whose away form has really let them down for so long this season. Otherwise they really would have been even deeper in the promotion race than they are at the moment. They're on the fringes of it and badly wanting a good result today. Quite a clash there between Locke and Gilchrist. Sent them both sprawling. It was a very clumsy old clash there. Quite a bump. Seven minutes gone and no score, and still people, the late arrivals coming. Horse is getting a good view too. A sign now for a stretcher to come in from the tunnel. Don't know which of those two players it is. It really was a very nasty clash indeed. Eddie McCready coming as well. Eddie McCready looking a good deal concerned. Clearly there is rather a nasty clash there. And the shed are shouting for Gary Locke. So Gary Locke goes off. It'll be Bill Garner, the substitute, who comes on. And at least for Southampton's point of view, Paul Gilchrist is all right. Number 4, Wicks. Oh, Shannon doing well. He was having his shirt tugged by Wicks, and it's got to be a free kick to Southampton, quite right. A smile from Shannon. It's treatment that I regret to say that he's used to. McCallion will try and pierce this wall. All of 35 yards out. Rodriguez driving it in low. It'll come to Jim McCallion again, rifling it through, but wide of that Chelsea post. And Hay finding Stanley. Ball in play still, and it's with Lewington. Now with Harris. Trying to get a 1-2 going, and he was a little lucky to find it back again. Curling it in there, Steele away. Gilchrist away. Stokes. And there goes Shannon. Hay is with him. Good play by David Hay. Oh, and good play again by Hay, and a foul by Osgood on Hay. One or two good dashes by Mike Shannon, but he's been very, very closely marked, as he would expect to be. Well, Southampton have pushed one or two forward. Here's Swain. Danger, though, of an offside, yes, and the linesman was just waiting for to put that flag up. And a good decision there by the referee, allowing the advantage to be played. The linesman absolutely right. Wilkins was offside, but here's Shannon. Stopped by Bull. Shannon again. Back this time for McCallion towards Peter Osgood. Now Fisher going in, and Bonetti was in trouble. Osgood almost turned it back again, and it came off Harris for the corner. That's as dangerous, really, as Southampton have looked all afternoon, with about 3 minutes to go to half-time. So Jim McCallion, former Chelsea player, loading that one in towards Bonetti. Osgood right in there on the back of Bonetti. Free kick. Crowd didn't like that action by Osgood. And Bonetti in a bit of trouble. And remember, they've already got Gary Lock off and their substitute on. Calliog's free kick. Osgood coming in hard behind Peter Bonetti. Well, there's an interlude. Mike Shannon trying to put a few things right about Southampton coming forward. But Bonetti, he's fortunate that it's so close to half-time, and if he can survive out there for a couple of minutes or so, he can get some more treatment. His skipper, Ray Wilkins, number 8, pleased to see that he's okay to go on. The Chelsea manager, I would have thought, not very pleased with the way the game's gone, although it's still 0-0. Stokes coming away fast from Wilkins. Here's Gilchrist, last seconds of the first half, because we played nearly 4 minutes of injury time. Brought down from behind that time by Hay. Shannon felt that one. Certainly it hasn't been a very happy return so far to Stamford Bridge for Peter Osgood. He's been booed by the crowd that used to adore and admire him, and he's really made no headway at all against this young Chelsea defence. And that's going to be a worrying sight for all Southampton fans. Well, he's going to go on. Southampton's free kick. Nearly 5 minutes of injury time played now. David Peach's free kick in towards Osgood. Nodded down again. That was the first time they've been in real trouble. And McCallion shot way over. Referee looking at that watch for half-time. Sinclair's added now exactly 5 minutes of injury time. Basically for the injury to Gary Locke and the knock that Peter Bonetti had. But now it is half-time before Peter Bonetti can take that goal kick after a very disappointing first half. And the fact that Southampton have made so little progress down to the excellent defence of young Steve Wicks and to David Hay, apart from one rather bad tackle on Mike Shannon in the last couple of minutes of the first half. But he's certainly that number 6 has watched Mike Shannon extremely well. So a half-time score then at Stamford Bridge that reads Chelsea 0, Southampton 0. We'll be right back with the second half. Welcome back then to Stamford Bridge. Mike Shannon, who was injured just before the interval, looks okay again. In fact, he's got a new shirt on as well. We saw that it was ripped in the first half. 0-0 then, and let's hope the second half is a good deal better than the first, which was muddled. Not very much to worry either goalkeeper. Southampton's away form, as I said at the start, has not been very good. They've really only had 2 away wins at West Bromwich and at Oxford. Featherstone took that beautifully on his body. Finding its way. Britain got a dart after that one. Trying to get round behind Blythe. Kept it in play. Nice little bit of play there by Ian Britton. Here's Harris calling for a good accurate cross. Getting it as well as Garner goes in, but it's wide. Good acceleration by him, not a bad cross either, but unfortunately for Chelsea, their players have gone just a little too deep into that area. But there's Swain winning it well. Played back for Garner. And right across the face of that Southampton goal, wanting the touch that he didn't quite get. So a goal kick. One of the better Chelsea moves that didn't quite get the finishing touch that was required. Now it's with Finiston. Brought down by Rodrigues, who claims, as you can see, that it was a dive. Great old campaigner, Peter Rodrigues, in his Cardiff and his Sheffield Wednesday days. And his Leicester days, and now his Southampton days. Free kick to Chelsea. Britain. Swain losing his way, McCalliog half getting it, and then just nicking it out here for David Peach. Shannon away on the far side. Good ball there by Peach. Stokes in the middle. Shannon almost on his own. He's got Fisher up in support. Look at this by Shannon. Down he goes. Well, there's a penalty given, no. It's an indirect free kick. Inside the area, indirect free kick. Referee was very quick to raise his arm, as you can see there, indicating an indirect free kick. And indeed, the linesman was also, as he was flagging with one arm, raising it, the other arm, to show an indirect free kick. Just inside, I think. Yes, just inside the area. Taken there by Shannon! Quickness of the man eventually eluded David Hay and the Chelsea defence. A quickly taken free kick, hit low there towards the near post. Shannon was on it like a dart, into the back of the net. Chelsea 0, Southampton 1. Mike Shannon the scorer. 21 goals in all competitions now for him this season. And a warning indeed for any Crystal Palace spies or fans who are here. You might think you've contained Mike Shannon, and then a moment like that happens, and he can still cause your downfall. Well, that'll please him. Rodriguez there. Chelsea fans right in line there would have claimed that that hit him on the arm. Certainly nothing intentional about it, though, and it's a corner for Chelsea. Hey, turned nicely, and the header's there, and the goal is there by Finiston. Seconds, Chelsea get back on level terms, and the man who missed Mike Shannon at one end, David Hay, turned brilliantly there on the byline. The header came in from Steve Finiston. Chelsea 1, Southampton 1. The scorer, Steve Finiston. So 1-1 we stand, and a much better game. Peach. Wilkins. Garner playing it for Lewington. Rodriguez there. Lyde. One of those fatal moments when a side struggles so hard to get into the lead and they finally take it. They relax for a moment and get caught, and that's probably what happened there. I think Mr. Sinclair will want that free kick to be taken again. Peach. Fisher. Now Rodriguez. Exactly a quarter of an hour left now. Towards Stokes. Which could have been caught out there with Osgood behind him, but his nerve held. And his brain, his footballing brain, told him to nod it away to safety behind for the corner, which David Peach will take. Again making that run towards the near post, hit low this time. It seemed to fool everybody. Fisher now to McCallum. Chelsea coming out quickly, and a chance really to come out quickly as Britain finds Wilkins. They've got plenty up in the middle. If Stanley can get there first, Swain is there too, and it's hitting the goalkeeper and going behind. A tremendous breakout there by Chelsea. Britain and Wilkins involved in the early stages. Swain taking over with a tremendous burst as Southampton trying to get back. Goalkeeper out, doing the right things and making it difficult. And behind for a corner. Hayes backward header. Osgood. Finished. Cross coming in again. Garner was there, but no trouble for Southampton. Ricks with the header. 3 Chelsea men are chasing after it. One of them is gone. He's got Blythe to contend with, though. Well, he looked as though he took something, an elbow or a knee or something in the stomach there. Mel Blythe on the ground. And Bill Garner was the man running with him. From our position, impossible to see. But I don't think Mr. Sinclair feels that it's a bad injury and that the game should go on. Free kick to Southampton. Blythe gets up and he's okay. About a minute to go. Lewington. Harris. Garner's away again. And Blythe again there with him. Whoops. Blythe very angry there with Garner, and just as well that the referee was running across there. I think his sixth sense must have told him that something was about to happen there. And Blythe being called to referee Sinclair. And I think it looks as though he's going to be blocked. The crowd behind, as you can see, have got little sympathy with any opponent that does anything to their Chelsea heroes. And Mel Blythe goes into the book. Now playing injury time for Southampton. At least it's 1 point when they really would have wanted to, but their dismal away record this season has indicated they really maybe wouldn't have expected much more than that as the final whistle goes. 1-1 it is, with a Chelsea goal scored by Steve Finiston, with Mike Shannon having just 90 seconds before that put Southampton into the lead. So there are the scorers with a final scoreline then at Stamford Bridge after a rather disappointing game on the whole. Chelsea 1, Southampton 1.
Well, hardly a game to warm the cockles of your heart, and it puts still greater pressure on Southampton's bid for promotion. They've now got 5 at home, where they're almost unbeatable, and 4 away, so it could still be on. After the game, I spoke to the goal scorers, Steve Finiston and Mike Shannon, and I suggested to Mike Shannon that it had not been a very good Southampton performance.
I thought at times we played well, and I always thought we were likely to score. But after saying that, I didn't think we were good overall. You know.
Because you got a bad away record, haven't you?
We have. We've played well away from home and lost. You know, we didn't play as well today, and we got a point. It's a funny game at times.
David Hay looked after you pretty tidily, I thought, for most of the time.
Yeah, I thought he played very well. You know, I always rated him a little bit. You know, and I think that's probably his best position. You know, sweeper. He's picking things up. And he was never really under pressure, was he, you know?
How come you lost him in that free kick, though?
I'm a little bit sharp at times myself, you know.
What about Steve's goal?
I thought it was a great goal, you know. I mean, probably, you know, we should have had someone picking him up, but after that, I mean, he stuck it away great. Great.
I think the Chelsea fans were glad to see a number 9 scoring a goal, particularly with Peter Osgood coming back, the old number 9.
Yeah, I think so. I've scored one last week as well against Blackburn. I'm just pleased they got their chance at last.
Yes. What do you feel about Chelsea's form this season, Steve? It's been a bit inconsistent, hasn't it?
Yes, it has, but the past 4 games, we won the last 3, and considering we lost Gary Lott in the first half, that disrupted us a bit. I thought we did quite well. I thought a point was the least we deserved.
Yeah. Do you still think you're in with a whisper for promotion, or is that out of the question now, do you think?
Well, I think it all depends on a lot of teams slipping up, all the top teams. If we keep winning, we must have a very small chance, I think.
As a young side, when you come and play against a side like Southampton with people like Peter Osgood, with Mick in it as well, do you find you're learning all the time as a youngster?
Yes, well, it's a lot better than the reserves. You must improve playing against better players. But I think we were playing well. I thought we matched Southampton today.
Do you reckon?
Yes, I thought it was a very even type of game. I always felt that we were more likely to score than what they were, you know. But after saying that, the lad scored a great goal, didn't he? I mean, I wish I'd scored it. 2-0.
I didn't think they'd score myself.
Pardon?
I didn't think they'd score. I didn't think they looked all that dangerous, except when Mick got in there. It was a bit sharp then.
How would you fancy him against Crystal Palace now, Steve, in the Cup?
Well, I think they're a better team than Crystal Palace. I think they'll beat Crystal Palace. But there again, it's in London, so Crystal Palace have a lot of the support.
You wouldn't argue with that, would you?
No, I think he's quite right. No, I think it'll be a different game altogether, you know, and I think that...
In what way?
Well, I think basically it's on the day, you know, I mean, the Cup's a funny game, isn't it? It's not always the best side winning this game, is it? And I think that, you know, if we put it together, I think we've got a very good chance, yeah. But after saying that, Crystal Palace are a good side, like you said. And on their day, they're a very good side, you know.
What would you like to say to Big Mal at the moment?
Nothing, really. No, did they win today?
Yes, they won today at Grimsby.
I thought they were good result.
Mick, Steve, thanks a lot, Dan.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Well, I think one other point to emphasise from that game, although in all honesty Mick Shannon's already done so, was the brilliant marking of the England striker there by David Hay. Disciplined and for the most part very fair indeed. That picture of togetherness really capsuled their afternoon. And I think if Willie Ormond is watching, it's worth adding that David Hay looked a genuine Scottish international again. Good to see. And I'm sure you'd also like to know the latest news of Gary Locke, the Chelsea fullback who was carried off in that game yesterday. In fact, he was kept in hospital overnight with severe concussion, bruising above the eye. He hurt his shoulder into the bargain, but the hospital say that they're hopeful that he might be out tomorrow. More action, and for that we go to Goodison Park for Everton against the team that started the day at the top of the First Division, London's own Queen's Park Rangers. The pictures come from Granada Television, the commentators Gerald Sinstadt. Rangers are the team in the red and white halves.
Dobson again, Masson harrying him. Lyons. Hollins' tackle didn't take, and Lyons, let's go! Tremendous work there, but Gary Jones was taken by surprise by the first save from Phil Parks. Tremendous drive from all of 30 yards. Parks, on the edge of his 6-yard area, did very well to get down and block it with his arm, and Gary Jones following up, couldn't get it in the net. Clement. Clement gets over a good cross, and Lawson makes a good save. Very well cut out from a real winger's cross from fullback Dave Clement. Connolly. No foul, says Mr. Reeves. Masson. Hollins sprinting. It's Thomas on the left. And Bowles in the middle. Thomas set himself for the shot, but it was blocked by McNaught. Bernard. Dobson. Buckley. Cut out by Hollins. Masson. Clement. Givens. Webb. Brought to David Jones. Bad ball. I think he expected Dobson to run with it. Francis. Bowles trying to play the 1-2, but Lyons clears. Intercepted by Gillard. Now Hamilton. No space. He did well. He's come out left for Dobson. Connolly. Chance wants to run at McClintock. McClintock blocked the cross, but Connolly gets it back. Dobson, and again Parks is across. Well worked, setting it up between Connolly and Dobson's shot, brilliantly met by Parks. He gets down so fast for such a big man. Corner from Gary Jones. Lions there meeting it. Got away by Hollins, back in by Connolly, but well wide. Oh, there'll be a lot of thinking going on those benches. That's Steve Burtonshaw on the right there with the moustache, the Everton coach. Bowles, Masson trying to break, stopped by Bernard. Lyons, Bowles, Hamilton, Francis, Thomas. Clement got into a good position and was given a good pass. Nice little chip across too, and there's the goal from Bowles. Stan Bowles finishing off a very simple move. Thomas playing it on for Clement, who'd got ahead into a good position. He'd shown us earlier he could cross the ball. That time he played the little low soft dink, and Stan Bowles was running round to tap it into the net. Telfer couldn't get round Gillard. Ian Gillard, number 3 there, capped 3 times for England in the last couple of seasons. The middle from Buckley, tipped over by Parks. Phil Parks has really looked like a goalkeeper in command, dominating that 6-yard area. Goodless, Gary Jones, Goodless. Parks gets in a bunch, the header back in, and it somehow reaches Parks. Parks punched it out, Dobson headed it back in, and there was a deflection which took it straight into the hands of the goalkeeper. Thomas, Francis, Hollins, Masson and Dobson, Goodless, well played Buckley, Hamilton, Goodless, bounce there and could make the most of it. It's come out of Bernard and he's put it over. Bernard pounds the ground, but he really had a chance there. It was a good cross and an acrobatic leap by Parks, punched it out, but straight to Bernard, and Bernard struck it well over. Telfer. Webb with him, but Telfer gets the crossover, and in goes Dobson. Smothered eventually by Parks, but that was a brilliant bit of acceleration there by Dobson. Good running by Telfer. When he played the low cross, Dobson suddenly found an extra gear, but the goalkeeper got down to smother the shot. Substitution now by Queen's Park Rangers. They are taking off Jerry Francis, or wanting to take him off. The referee hasn't yet called on Mick Leach, the substitute, so Francis stays on. Foul by Bernard on Thomas. And now the substitution can be made. Off goes the Queen's Park Rangers and England skipper, and on comes Mick Leach. Another of the men who played in both of Queen's Park Rangers promotion sides. Now 29 years old. It's Leach, and the free kick to be taken here by Masson or maybe Hollins. They're the two men. Hollins is 4. All back, I would guess, about 8 yards. Masson. And with his first touch of the ball, Leach puts it in the net. He'd been on the field as long as it took Queen's Park Rangers to line up the free kick. And what a happy man. So simple. Don Masson, an expert with the dead ball, just curving it over the wall, and there, stealing in, was Leach. Nobody picking him up, and in it went.
So Rangers stay 2 points clear at the top, thanks in no small measure to another wonderful display of goalkeeping by Phil Parkes, and indeed by the Rangers defence as a whole. And afterwards, Gerald Sinstadt spoke to Phil Parkes about Rangers' authority at the back.
Yes, I think we've got one of the best defences in the league. They certainly work hard, all the back four. They've played out of their skins all season. And, well, we've let 26 goals in, I think, all season. Right from the
Come
very
away
start.
from London, you see, and people say, oh, Webb and McClintock in the middle of the back four is not really championship standard. And yet the figures don't back it up, do they?
No, I mean, Frank's 36, Davy Webb's 30. Tremendous amount of experience, but people think, oh, they might be a bit slow. But no, there's no one really caught them out at all this season. They just keep playing on and on. I hope I can keep playing when I'm 36, that's all.
Well, now, what about your own form? You're clearly playing very well this afternoon.
Probably this is the best season I've ever had. Right from the very start, in pre-season training, I worked very hard to try and improve my game, and it seems to have paid off all season.
Phil also pointed out in that interview, and happy to do so, I'm sure, that Rangers really see themselves as championship material now, 4 at home and 3 away to come. Let's turn to your letters now, and first it's the question of the illegal markings that goalkeepers make. I'm sure Phil Parkes doesn't, but a lot of them do, usually by scratching out a line with their boots on the edge of the 6-yard area, just to give themselves a clue as to their positioning in the course of the game. Quite illegal, of course, and Mrs. S. Lapthorne of 62 Baldwins Lane, Croxley Green in Hertfordshire, and R. Pratt of 31 Allen Road, Haywards Heath in Sussex, noticed a refinement in those markings when we showed you a European Cup tie between Mönchengladbach and Real Madrid last week. You can see that white line being drawn there on the edge of the 6-yard area, marked out by the groundsman, obviously. I don't know whether he simply wanted to preserve his pitch or not, but take it from us, it's illegal, it's wrong, and it shouldn't be done. Mrs. Olive Elliott, a Derby County supporter of Steeplechase, 35 Alumchine Road, Westbourne, Bournemouth, has got a really sharp pair of eyes. And when Derby County played West Ham recently, she noted that when Derby County scored, our picture showed their manager, Dave Mackay, switching rings from one hand to the other. As you'll see, there's Dave doing it. They've just gone into the lead. And she wondered, in fact, whether it was a lucky omen. Well, we asked Dave Mackay about that, and this is what Dave said. He said, no, it's not a lucky omen, simply nerves. Football for me is not 90 minutes of pleasure, it's 90 minutes of agony. I'm not even aware that I'm doing it. I don't smoke, but the way things are building up, I might even start that. Incidentally, I think we've cracked the secret of Peter Taylor, that brilliant Crystal Palace forward. It's simply that he can somehow manage to be in 3 places at once. A point raised by Colin Francis of Greenside High Holden in Kent, at least judging by the newspaper photographs when the FA Cup draw was broadcast last Monday. As Palace heard that they were drawn against Southampton, here's Peter Taylor, for a reason best known to himself, sitting in a dustbin. But in the same paper on the same day, the Daily Mirror, here he is, with a circle around him, on the training field with transistor and all. But wait, in the Daily Mail, there's Peter again, transistor and all. And now, He's in the dressing room with his mates. Peter, I think we've rumbled you. Perhaps we've simply rumbled the papers, though. Finally, should Crystal Palace have conceded a penalty in the closing minutes of their cup tie against Sunderland last week? D.G. Morgan of 2 Prospect Cottages, Hitchings, Blakeney Hill in Gloucester, and K.W. Bromley of 3A Guildford Road, Tunbridge Wells in Kent, and the patrons of the sports club Royal Victoria Hospital in Belfast say they all spotted a handball as Bobby Kerr took a corner for Sunderland. Here's this corner coming across. Just watch this now. Paul Hammond catches the ball brilliantly, and Peter Wall, his defender, comes up behind him to congratulate him. Now, does he also handle the ball here? There he is, arm round his neck, brushing against the ball. I spoke to the referee, Clive Thomas, who's in the picture there. Clive, who's had a tremendous season himself. He said he hadn't noticed that, but even if he had, he would not have given a penalty. There was no intention of a Palace player to handle the ball, and handball, of course, must be a deliberate act to warrant a penalty. Just a quick mention before we go on with some more action about a testimonial this week for Joe Butler, great little warrior of Swindon Town. I'm sure you remember him in the 1969 League Cup final against Arsenal. Well, he's got a match at Swindon against Derby County. What a draw that's going to be. That's at Swindon on Tuesday night. Our final game today is the visit of Crystal Palace to Grimsby Town. Crucial that Palace get on the winning road again in their battle for a promotion place at the top of the 3rd Division. The pictures come from Yorkshire Television. The commentators Keith Macklin. Crystal Palace are in their famous blue and red stripes.
Referee is Harold Hackney of Barnsley. Both sides are in striped shirts. Crystal Palace have the white shorts. Grimsby Town have the dark shorts. And Grimsby Town are in possession, and that's Marley who's pushed the ball down. Stewart jumped. There's a nasty wind out this afternoon. That's flipped inside for Boylan, and a first touch of the game for Hammond. Gould was up there. Boylan meant that for Hubbard. That's a foul by Hubbard, but referee Hackney says play on. Now Crystal Palace moving forward. It's taken up by Taylor. Whittle. Corner. A corner to Crystal Palace. Quickly into the action over there by the corner flag. Corner taking a little time to take, a little time to place. Holder. Swindlehurst. That's awkward, that's 1-0. Bad mistake. It's Taylor. Mistake by the Grimsby defence. There's the corner from Holder. The header by Swindlehurst. Now 2 defenders failed to clear it, and Taylor's on hand to put it in the first minute. A long throw for a little man, and a corner off Chutchman. Evans had gone up to put pressure on the Grimsby Town defence, and Chutchman forced to put it behind for a corner to Palace, and it was a corner from that flank that brought the Crystal Palace goal. And the same 2 men over there. Taylor swinging it in for Evans, and a good... No, Evans has a chance! The goalkeeper, Wayman, had lost it. A defensive clearance there as Evans tried to get it in. That's a foul. It'll be a free kick to Grimsby. Corner kick again causing danger. Peter Taylor's corner. Wainman came out, dropped it, and it looks as if Evans was going to stick that in, but good defensive work by Booth. Evans header, Wig got there. Holder is back to pick it up. Holder taking a few chances, but gets it cleanly away to Jeffries and back to Hammond. Swindlehurst Swindlehurst got his head to that. It's dropping for Churchman. On by Partridge. Partridge picking it up from Lewis. Waiting for Marley to break. Now Marley's on the right. Left for Boylan by Partridge, an attempted return ball. It would have been a good one too, and it got there, but Chatterton got there, and Gray stopped that from getting through to Swindlehurst. Gray to set it up again for Grimsby. Hammond coming for it. Hubbard, a back header! Oh, bad luck for Hubbard. Beautiful back header with the goalkeeper beaten. Fine effort. Grimsby Town close to a goal. Across the ball came. There's Hubbard's back header, beat Hammond, but went right across the face of the goal. Jeffrey's the man with the throw. Peter Taylor, Gray covering well. Stuart Gray, good bit of covering. Jump. Swindlehurst. Chatterton. Taylor waited, Booth it. Booth onto that. Foul by Johnson. The book may come out. No, it isn't. For a moment, Mr. Hackney went towards his breast pocket. There's the foul by Johnson. And here's the free kick. Waters and Boylan and the men there. A five-man wall. Marley. Oh, it must be. Hubbard returns to the first team of the goal. But the man who made it was Marley with a shot from the free kick. A good move this. Boylan. Marley. Hammond, a good save. Hubbard, the goal in 39 minutes. Score 1-1. Sansom, Whittle. Whittle trying to go through himself. Swindlehurst. Johnson trying to get round Booth. Bit of jersey pulling, a free kick to Crystal Palace on the edge of the box. So this could be a dangerous moment. About 2 minutes remaining, a free kick to Crystal Palace as Johnson brought down heavily on the edge of the box. And he has to have attention. Well, not much doubt what Crystal Palace will do here. They'll get Swindlehurst and Evans into the box. Two tall men. And as we saw in the cup tie against Leeds United, the defence doesn't know which one to mark. Curled in by Taylor. Evans didn't get the direction on it. Ian Evans got up there but couldn't get the ball into the goal. Put it well wide. Evans getting up. Taylor coming for it. Up in the air for Whittle. And it bounced for Whittle behind Marley. Marley with Churchman. Churchman getting it away well. Sansom saw that. Off the thigh of Churchman. And a corner off Gray. So a corner kick to Palace with 1 minute remaining. Again, Palace pushed the big man, the skipper, Evans, up in the area. Holder's the man taking the corner. It's not in the quadrant. Holder's corner, deep, and the goalkeeper. 30 seconds remaining of normal time. And And since we've had a couple of injuries in the second half, there may just be a little added time. Mr. Hackney is in fact looking at his watch. Good flick. Here's Taylor, it's dangerous. Whittle's the only other man up there. Chatterton now moving. Taylor going round the defence. A shot. Oh, what a goal. What a last-minute winner. What a way to win a match. Peter Taylor, a piece of magic in the last minute. He made it all himself. 10 seconds remaining. He still has defenders in front of him. Takes them on and round them. The angle is there. A bad angle, but what a shot.
Don't come back from those. Well, that's it for this week. On the Ball next Saturday lunchtime, the big match next Sunday afternoon, of course, when, of course, we should be 1 week nearer that mighty cup semi-final between Crystal Palace and Southampton. And yesterday, of course, two of the likely stars of that semi-final were really tuning up. Mike Shannon of Southampton, and as you've just seen, Peter Taylor of Palace.
Linesman was also, as he was flagging with one arm, raising it, the other arm, to show an indirect free kick. Just inside, I think. Yes, just inside the area. Taken there by Shannon!
Mr. Hackney is in fact looking at his watch. Good flick. Here's Taylor, it's dangerous. Whittle's the only other man up there. Chatterton now moving. Taylor going round the defence. A shot. Oh, what a goal.